We're live on YouTube at Up and Adam Show, loving the comments. A lot of talk about Derek Carr, a lot of talk about, Deebo Samuel, he's on the show. That touchdown catch by Olave, are the Saints going to the Super Bowl? Daniel Jones and the aforementioned stud Deebo Samuel, a tougher runner than he gets credit for, on the show today for Victory Tuesday. Not one, but two Monday Night Football games. We've got two stud guests who had two wins in week 2. It all makes sense here, so let's dive right into things on the Up and Adam Show. Thank you guys for subscribing, for streaming, for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing with your life? You're going to have a bad day. You're in for a bad karmic day if you don't subscribe to the Up and Adam Show on the old YouTube right now. So get over there. We've got lots of people being very excited. People are singing our theme song. We love it. I'm loving the emojis. Eric is in there just chatting with people. We've got Daniel Jones on the show. We've got Deebo on the show. But let's recap last night's action, and let's start with the Steelers. Oh, my gosh. Defensive-driven win over the Browns. Can we talk about Alex Highsmith? Edge rusher extraordinaire. He started the night with this pick six of Deshaun Watson. Oof! Oof! This is the game. This is the opening play of the game. I was like, what are we doing here? He puts the Steelers in front 7-zip, just 9 seconds in. Ed Rooney, Ferris Bueller, 9 seconds, okay? And then he also ended it with this guy, this strip sackarooski of Deshaun in the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens here. Okay, a little strip sack action, and that is TJ Watt scooping and scoring to put the Steelers in front for good. Highsmith had 14.5 sacks last year during Watt's injury-riddled season, and he's picking up right where he left off. So I think it's time we start talking about, speaking of twos and Tuesdays and all that, this duo is the best in the NFL. Okay. They're the best in the NFL, not just TJ Watt. It's not all about Watt here. The former third-round pick out of Charlotte has just continued to get better every single year and is an absolute force. The Steelers' offense, they got some things to work out. Oh, boy. I got lit up about what I said about the Steelers' offense in the offseason, but they got to figure some things out going forward. They picked up 9 first downs on the night while punting, I believe, 7 times. So I'll say they did play last year's #1 defense in the Niners in week 1, so that's tough. And the Browns' defense looks pretty top 5-y, if you ask me. But this offense still seems completely out of whack right now. Pickett hasn't looked sharp. The run game, which the lighting up of my Twitter was about Najee and all of that, they're struggling. And outside of the 74-yard touchdown from George Pickens, which we all thought and think is going to happen every week based on the highlight reels we saw all preseason and training camp, outside of that, they weren't able to get much going at all, and they need to fix it ASAP. Luckily, we got a nice little schedule. We got a nice little thing. We got a nice, sweet couple games coming up, okay? They get the Raiders next week, the Texans after that. This was a huge win to avoid 0-2, and they have a chance to put themselves in a really good position by that quarter mark of the season. So that game also, unfortunately, overshadowed it sometimes by some injuries. We're not going to show it. I never want to see it, ever. Nick Chubb with the knee injury. Kevin Stefanski saying last night that he's expected to miss the entire 2023 season. We love Nick Chubb. Everyone does. He's like what you would build as a football player. And my heart goes out to him and his healing process, mentally, physically, spiritually, with what he went through in college and his career and his potential. And just what a great guy he is on and off the field. I just wish him the best, and you hate to see it. So heal up, and we'll see you soon. We did get some good news this morning on what looked like the scary situation for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Speaking of injuries, he left this game, and he went to a local hospital last night. According to Tom Pelissero, he was released from the hospital. It appears to just be a chest contusion. Oh, just a run-of-the-mill chest contusion, no big deal. But he should be okay going forward, thankfully, sending him good thoughts this morning. We hate seeing stars get hurt. It's the absolute worst. But it does appear he's likely to have dodged a major situation, a major injury last night. Now, the other game, before we get to it, let's see. Bosa is Himothy. We'll see how, Bosa's got Daniel Jones. Bosa's got Daniel Jones in 48 hours. Oh, what's that going to look like? I can't wait to talk to him about that. Get well soon, Nick Chubb. We love the good vibes. Love Nick Chubb. Who doesn't? Is Danny De Niro practicing moving away from wherever Bosa is on the field? That's a question from Joseph. We'll ask about Bosa and company in just a little bit when he joins the show. Deebo joining the show. I like that we have the two players facing off on week 3 to kick it off on on the program today. It's very special, and I'm really grateful for that. The other game last night, are the Saints going to the Super Bowl? They go to 2-0 after knocking off the Panthers 20-17. Is Sean Payton watching this game like, oh boy, okay, it wasn't pretty. It was ugly, okay? It wasn't pretty. It was like their 16-15 win over the Titans in week 1. Not beautiful, but got the job done, right? New Orleans got a lot of positive takeaways from this one because we saw what I expected. Michael Thomas looking like his old self, okay? 7 catches for 55. We love ya. We love it. I'm here for the story, the character arc, all of it. Let's go. And that's, by the way, all in the first half. Carr, tough moments, kind of expected, but he came alive in the second half when they needed him to, and he stepped up and made plays. A few dimes to Chris Olave downfield, and one in particular that resulted in what I'm going to ask Deebo about, probably with my first freaking question, was this, and this is a beautiful ball by Derek. Nobody's going to say that because they're going to say, oh, yeah, it was a beautiful ball, okay? Be it a juggling situation, it's awesome. And the defense has been lights out so far this season, and I love when the Saints have a great defense, and I love Cam Jordan, so I'm happy for him and DeMario and all those guys down there. And I love them all, okay? They sacked Bryce Young 4 times last night. They finally allowed their first touchdown of the season in garbage time with 1:16 left to go. So you can make your jokes about Derek Carr. This offense is only going to get stronger as he settles in, as Michael Thomas. I mean, is it possible for him to not have some sort of rust on him? For him to have some sort of the chemistry, all of that? They're going to settle in and they're going to click even more, okay? And by the way, week 2's over. Week 3, they don't have Alvin Kamara. And then boom, here comes maybe the most dangerous dude in the NFL. And all of that's great. If the defense keeps playing like this, this is a playoff squad that's going to go far. They're going to go very far. And I can't wait. I've got to get to New Orleans. I've got to go. I also want to take Saints are better off with Taysom Hill at quarterback. Okay, Reggie Miller. Loved you when you were in Indy. Okay, I also want to take a second here to address what's going on with the rest of what was everyone's favorite punching bag this offseason, the NFC South. Okay, this is a little preview of an underreaction segment we'll do tomorrow. We're going to start with the undefeated Tampa Bay Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers, okay? They beat up on the Bears to pick up a 27-17 win on Sunday. Bears, that can't feel good. Baker Mayfield threw for 317. Mike Evans was freaking unstoppable. We're like, oh, the sky is falling. He's going to get trapped. Oh, my gosh, he's so good. 171 yards. And this score, I convinced my brother to draft him. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. And I go, draft him. Always draft Mike Evans. And he did. And like, you're welcome, Adam. Like, you're welcome. The defense was relentless, okay? They racked up 6 sacks. Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett. Justin Fields and Taylor Lewan talked about it. He just didn't have a chance in the pocket, okay? I think we all sort of like collectively forgot how good the players on the Bucs roster are. And it's the Brady effect, 100%. And it's the Baker Mayfield fatigue and like not working out. All of that makes sense. But beyond the guys that we just gave love to, like stellar Chris Godwin, Devin White. He doesn't just love horses, people. He wrecks shop, okay? Levante David, friend of the show, just to name a few. I know the quarterback position is numero uno, and there were reasons to question what Mayfield could do in this role. And there was like a quarterback, somehow a quarterback competition between he and Kyle Trask that it was the big quarterback controversy of the offseason. His supporting cast is so amazing. He doesn't have to do much, okay? And I'm including myself in this when I say that I think we're all kind of dumb to think this team was just going to wither away. These guys were great before Brady got there, and they're going to continue to be great without him. But the Bucs and Saints, they got plenty of competition, guys. The Falcons joined them at 2-0. This is so fun. I love this. They erased a 12-point fourth-quarter deficit. They stunned the Packers 25-24. Sorry, Eric. I personally loved it.
I'm not a Bears fan.
I loved it. Bijan racked up 172 total. Is there a more fun player to watch in the NFL than Bijan Robinson? Name one. Maybe Deebo? Deebo had a really nice touchdown. We'll talk to him. Bijan's the most fun. He's the most fun right now in the game. Ritter threw for 237 and a score. He finally got Drake London involved. Arthur Smith with that fabulous mustache that we were talking about on the show yesterday with Taylor Lewan. There was some serious guts shown, which we know that is like the calling card for Arthur Smith. 4th down 4 times, and he converted 3 of them. Attaboy. Attababy. I also got to give some love. Eric, I'm looking at you. We got to give love to our love.
Here we go.
Love for love.
There we go.
We believe in love. He threw for 3 touchdowns. He gave the Packers a lead. Listen, this was without our boy Bakhtiari, who was Sans
won't
grass.
Won't play on turf, but they said there's knee swelling now, so.
There's what?
Yeah, his knee was swollen.
Just a little.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't play.
There was no ice available, no cryo chamber. It's
Atlanta, you know. I mean.
I like this. I guess that you brought this back to News to me. It's the. Do I want it to be a quiet stand or a loud stand? Why not just come out and say I'm not doing it?
Should be loud.
Because the P won't get paid. That's why. Got it now.
The game within the game.
Got it. I didn't even think of that. I'm such an idiot. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson also not in this game. Look how impressed are you with Jordan Love? Are you kidding me? This was not Love's, numero 8 class, whatever, elite supporting cast, okay? And they got it done, okay? Yeah, and there were a few hiccups there. He made a ton of plays. He's currently the NFL's passer rating leader, which we love to see. You guys keep tweeting us, keep hitting us up at Up and Adams Show. I'm seeing a lot of love for Bijan. I'm seeing a lot of love for Atlanta. We love to see the NFC South crushing it. I don't know why we just sped through that. Hold on, what did I miss here? I had notes I wanted to say to you guys out there. Let's see here. Oh, this was what Hamilton told me, guys. The NFC South has those 3 teams, of course, that I just mentioned and talked and like geeked out over. They're 2-0. And I need you guys to know that that's special because it's more than the entire AFC combined, okay? That's crazy. The Browns lose last night, the Dolphins and Ravens. They're the only undefeated teams left in the conference. So I would just say, not what we were expecting coming into this year. If week 1 was a liar, or week 1 was, this or up and down or a mess or preseason week 4, what is week 2? Hit me up. What is week 2 at Up and Adams Show? You know what week 3 is? Kicking off Thursday night with the Niners and the Giants. And we've got 2 of the studs on those teams on the show. Deebo Samuel joining us. But up next, we will talk to the quarterback with the biggest comeback, a massive comeback win, historic one over Arizona. Let's do it. I mean, I had a heart attack, Daniel, an absolute heart attack. Where is Mike Glennon? I feel bad that I don't know where he is. He's a free agent. That's good. At least he's not on a team. Right? Because that would make me look bad that I didn't know that. He's in that great my favorite, wasn't Mike Glennon in the footage of when Aiden Hutchinson is singing Michael Jackson as his rookie performance? Isn't Mike Glennon in the audience for that?
Is he the one dancing?
Was he not on the Lions? Is Hamilton around? I don't know if he was, I think we're all dancing. That's probably like my favorite clip I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good, when you're grouch, watch that clip. It's so funny. I think it was Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon. Another quarterback that the Bears franchise has ruined.
Are you saying, Jay Cutler did not get ruined by the Bears franchise.
Didn't help.
Greatest quarterback in franchise history, Jay Cutler.
Without a doubt.
Still, are we getting Jay Cutler on this program?
He's doing inside the NFL, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, to work on that set, to be a fly on the wall, right?
I just love a Jay Cutler. I love a Jay Cutler, even though he,
Our white whale.
I don't even know if it's that. It's like the one that
Got away.
But I don't even know that he got away because it's like he just betrayed us. He he cheated on us.
I know.
Like at the prom while we were in the
Judas.
bathroom. Autobiographical. Danny Dimes, we love you. The San Francisco Will Selvas are going down on Thursday Night Football. Michael, Will Selva was at the game this past weekend, which was actually very fun. And I just talked to him. Giants legend Mike Glennon, Giants fam, Waniel Wones. All right, we got Daniel Jones, guys, on the program. Goldfarb's giving me traffic. Let's go. Okay. I need a sponsorship, guys. Do you see these? Lumify eye drops. They used to send me them for free. They're so expensive.
They are expensive.
They're like $15 and they're crazy.
For that little thing?
Yeah.
15.
I
bangaroos.
get you a 3-pack.
But thanks, Mom. Mm-hmm. They clear your eyes right away. They really do. They clear your eyes right away. Because I'm gonna cry about this comeback win with Daniel. Okay, we should tweet about how. We should tweet.
Jason said, "Thanks for reminding me to take my flow names."
Fall is here.
My
you know,
sister
all that-
Amanda just texted me and said, watching Up and Adams and her husband, my brother's team, totally killed it this week with your draft picks. That's right. I was on the phone talking to him about like some legal matter, and I was like, he was drafting, and I was like, just pick him. And I not on purpose, for the first time ever, helped him with his draft. Take that.
Mike Evans.
Let's go, Daniel Jones.
Cardinals bring 4. Jones gets brought down. Jones underneath. Jalen Thompson has the interception.
The Giants did not score again in the first half.
You fall behind 20-0.
Go kick ass. Just go, let it rip.
Jones keeps it. Got the space. Touchdown.
What a response.
He's got an over route for Darren Waller. Jones throws. End zone shot for the touchdown. The Giants have come all the way back.
Trusting it, seeing it, and ripping it.
Go kick ass. Just go, let it rip. Here he is. This man doesn't. We don't need an introduction. He led the Giants to their biggest comeback ever in the Super Bowl era. Mr. Let It Rip himself. Daniel, how are we feeling?
Doing good, Kay. How you doing?
I mean, I feel like I've lost years off the end of my life watching this Giants game this past weekend. Congratulations, DJ. We're so excited for you. You go out there, you become the first player in NFL history with 250 through the air, 50 on the ground, 2 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, no turnovers in a single half. That's never happened. So when you look at this performance, what sets this win apart from the other big wins you've had?
I think just the way we did it. Obviously, it didn't start the way we planned, and going down big in the first half, especially after week 1 was disappointed. But we were able to kind of keep our heads, right the ship, and find a way to win down the stretch. So proud of that. Proud of how the team fought there.
Well, we love a comeback king. It was wild. I'm glad you brought up the drama because I was a little worried. I was a little worried as you guys were headed into the locker room. How worried were you? Where was your point of like, oh boy?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, kind of in the back of our minds. But I think, at the same time, we were able to focus on, what we needed to do and what we were going to do in the second half. And I said after the game, and I think it's true, there were opportunities we missed in the first half, and we knew that we, if we executed, hit some of those opportunities and converted those, it would have been a different game. So just kind of trusting that and sticking to that.
Hell yeah. I love it. We all love it for you. Everybody watching loved it. Take me into that locker room. I don't understand. I don't understand. I need to know what the vibe was. I need to know who's the person in the locker room that gets up in the moment and sort of turns the narrative. Did you eat like a special peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Like what turned this thing around?
I don't know if there was any magic. I mean, there's definitely guys speaking up, and Daves is saying his piece certainly, but there was just a strong sense of urgency. Guys communicating. While there's a kind of the energetic and passionate. Let's go. There's also as much. This is exactly what we need to do. This is how we need to do it. And this, this is what's going to make the difference. So it's kind of both of those and getting ready to go. But we got good leaders. Got good. And Dave's did a good job kind of focusing everyone, centering the team on what we needed to do.
What's Dave saying? What's Dave saying? Or I'm sure like in the moment it's just like, oh my gosh, what do you remember him saying?
I don't remember exactly what he said. I mean, something along the lines that we need to pick it up and
beat, bleep.
And obviously get going. So I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's fired up.
Couple F-bombs, maybe
Maybe a couple, yeah.
Well,
maybe
listen,
a couple.
there were F-bombs and then there were bombs on the field because the moment was insane that sparks the comeback, in my opinion, and everyone out there watching, is the 58-yard bomb to the rookie Jalen Hyatt, who we've talked about on the show with you already to start the second half. I mean, he said he told you to bomb it up to him before the play. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. On the sideline, he said, give me a chance. I'll run past him. And he certainly did. But, he's a confident guy, and you want receivers that want the ball. So, you love hearing that. And the coverage gave him a chance to do it. So he made a heck of a play.
So does Deebo get the credit for that play call to start the second half, or is that all Hyatt and you?
I think we all kind of talked about it. It was something we talked about in the first half a little bit. And then, we got going there in the second half with it.
There's some controversy about whether or not Daboll's calling plays or something. What do you make of that? In the second half, I think, or something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always getting the plays from Kafka, and you know, obviously Daboll, you know, it's his offense, so we're all kind of communicating on the sideline, and you know, but I'm always getting the plays from Kafka, and yeah.
I mean, I love that you say confidence. I can't imagine a rookie, my first, like, big show, big situation, you're down crazy, and I'm saying, give me the ball, like, hit me with the bomb. Like that, how much are you enjoying that confidence and that chemistry that you have with such a young cat out there?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And he's, you know, he had a great training camp, showed up, made a lot of plays, and got to continue to find ways to get him the ball, because his speed, his ability to get behind the defense is huge for us. And, yeah, like you said, he's got the confident mindset. He wants the ball, wants the opportunity to make plays for us.
This game had it all. It was up, it was down. Well, first it was down, and then it was up. And then you want to celebrate and be like, oh, yeah, we did this thing after, like, a historic, not great start to the season, which we don't want to talk about. It's in the rearview mirror now. But then the Saquon thing happens, and I'm like, oh, and everyone's holding their breath. And he goes down with the ankle. He gets help coming off, you know, and it should only sideline him. We're hearing for 3 weeks. I'm not going to ask you about that, of course. But the next 4 weeks on your schedule, they're pretty tough. It's tough sledding. You got 4 2022 playoff teams in a row. So what do I need to know about Matt Breida, Gary Brightwell, Eric Gray out there? Like, Giants fans want to know, what do we need to know about them to believe that they can hold it down while Saquon might be out?
Yeah, all three of those guys bring something a little bit different, and they're all really good players. Breida's obviously been playing in the league for a long time. He's an extremely dependable player. He's got the burst and the speed to take it all the way, and he's been big for us these past couple of years. And Gary's been really big, runs hard, you know, really sees the field well. Great player. And then Eric, as a rookie, has done a good job so far through camp. So,
yeah.
You know, it won't be one guy. You know, obviously Saquon does a lot for us on offense. Won't be, you know, one guy. It'll be all of us kind of picking it up together.
How does Saquon, or how has he helped them? I think you know, watching him go down is a little, pulls my heartstrings a lot, because he's dealt with so many injuries. He's such a good guy. And I remember when he was knocked out, and he obviously had so much success in college, but we talked, and he said that his favorite year was the year he didn't play, because it was so much adversity, and it made him a tougher person, and it gave him all this perspective. And I was like, gosh, like, who is this guy? Like, and he's just that guy. How does he help these young guys get ready for this moment that now they have to step into?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a team first guy. He's a huge leader for us, and just setting an example of what, you know, how he goes about his work and how he approaches it every day. But he'll be right there with those guys. He'll be right there with all of us as a, you know, important leader on the team. But yeah, tough to see him go down and feel for him for sure.
Now, as much as I love the win, I hated the lopsided win. I hated the drama that you put me through. I was very mad at you about it, so I did not watch Kicking and Screaming. That was I was stomping my feet. I didn't watch it because I was like, okay, they're 1-1. 1-1 is not enough to watch a Will Ferrell movie for me. We're gonna have to go 2-1 to get it to happen. Now, fans were not happy. Very polarizing choice as far as Will Ferrell movies for you to just unload Kicking and Screaming. Do we have some of these tweets, I think, from fans? Do you want to roll these through? Maybe not, maybe no. Yes, no, maybe so. Here we go. Daniel Jones managed to save the 2023 season of the New York Football Giants by carrying the team on his back, and you couldn't finish the Will Ferrell movie? Come on, okay, whatever. Let's wait for a win on Thursday Night Football. What is this, Daniel?
Yeah, come on. You don't know. What's your deal with Will Ferrell? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I like Will Ferrell. I just feel like there's so much Will Ferrell. And NFL players, I just feel like, I don't know, I'm not going to learn anything. If I'm not going to learn anything, I'm not going to watch it. Like, I need to sort of, I don't know. Everyone
you
said,
want like a documentary or something? I don't know if I'll have a good documentary for you. But,
maybe on the Roman Empire. We'll bring that back. By the way, how much did you see Roman Empire everywhere after our interview? See, look what we did.
I did see it, yeah.
Yeah, look
so
what we
you're
did.
out ahead of that trend, huh?
I was. Okay, so we're going to try to go 2-1, and then I'll watch the movie, and I will have a book report for you about it, a movie report and review. But I want to talk about this game a little bit, because your offensive line bounced back on Sunday after what happened to you in Week 1. The only 3 sacks in Arizona. So now you've got a tough one. It's a short week. You got the Niners. It's Bosa. Well, it's on the road. Here's my question. What happened in the Arizona game that gives you the most confidence can carry over to this Thursday night bout?
Yeah, I mean, I think we executed better, and we're able, I got the ball in my hands quicker, which gives the guys chances to make plays, and I've got to continue to do that, be decisive, and get through my reads. If it's not there, get the ball out. And guys up front played really well on Sunday, and confident that they'll do the same Thursday night. So it's a good group in San Francisco for sure. Like you said, they got Bosa and a number of guys up front who can affect the game. So we'll be ready for it and have a plan for it.
I don't like this. You in Thursday night games, I don't like the numbers. We're gonna fix this, right? What's with you in Thursday games?
I don't know. I think it's. I don't think there's anything special to it. It's a football game. We gotta win and play well.
I want to tell you, that defense is scary, like we're talking about, but you'll be fine. It'll be great, especially after last week's comeback win and all the confidence that you guys have going forward. Why do your teammates mess with you so much in interviews? Okay.
That's how you fight. Oh, God.
This was great. Okay, this was in Arizona, and I loved you and Christina Pink, awesome. Loved watching that. But it wasn't the first time that this has happened, right? Like, people are randomly screaming your name at you. Let's take a listen to this.
Yeah, I think we have a ton of guys who can make a lot of plays in a lot of different ways, and
you're just blocking out the noise. What is this? Why do they do this?
A ton of guys who can
I think both times it was Hottie, it was Jihad. So there's a trend there. But yeah, I don't know why I'll have to ask Hottie, but he's that type of guy. He likes to mess around a little bit.
Last week, we decided to catch you up on news around the world, and we thought we had so much fun with that, talking about aliens, that we are going to keep it going. And I'm going to give you, these are true news stories. Jonesing for the news here with Daniel Jones, quarterback of the New York Giants. A bear, okay? There was a bear at a Chinese zoo, and this has gone viral, my friend. You don't have TikTok, so I got you. This bear goes viral because internet users started becoming convinced that this is just a man in a bear costume. So I gotta get you to weigh in on this. Is this a bear or a man in a bear costume?
It doesn't look like a bear. Why is his neck so long, right?
It's got the Mike Glennon neck.
I don't know. That was uncalled for. Yeah, it looks like a human to me. What is it? Do we know?
Do we have an answer? It's a bear? It's a bear. That's absolute BS. That is not a bear. I'm just looking what's Mike Glennon up to? That might have been him. I just connected the dots, and I'm a TikTok investigator. Okay, the Coast Guard. We love the Coast Guard. We respect and love everything they do. They arrested a guy in Florida for trying to run, get this thing, a giant hamster wheel across the Atlantic Ocean. Daniel, listen to me. He said his destination was nearly 4,000 miles away to London, England. Is this not the craziest thing you've ever heard?
Just gotta be a determined guy. I kind of want to meet him.
I guess he's tried. I don't know. He's tried to do it all across. They just keep plucking him out of the water. Like, bro, no. Like, bro, relax. Like, here's some airfare. If there was a player in your locker room, who'd be most likely to try to pull a stunt like this? Who would you not be surprised to read a story like this about?
Maybe Hottie. I don't know. I feel like we brought him up.
I love the shots fired at Hottie. Okay, let's see. I want to ask you one more. $80 million F-35 stealth fighter jet. I don't know if you saw this. It went missing. This is a big story yesterday over South Carolina after the pilot ejected and it went into autopilot, flying around solo for half an hour. Okay, so this is crazy. They found it, by the way, the wreckage was in the ocean. Everyone's safe. We'll love to hear it. Now, Brandon Cooks on the Cowboys, he went viral because he's a pilot and he was flying his teammates Micah Parsons and Stephon Gilmore around in his plane. Which one of your teammates would you trust most to take you up in the air for a spin?
Well, I don't think anyone has their pilot's license, but maybe Tyrod. I'd trust Tyrod if he was certified and went through all the whatever, the coursework and everything. I'd trust him. He's a dependable guy. I
thought you were gonna go Sterling.
No shot.
No chance?
No shot. No.
I love it. Daniel, go kick ass. Let it rip. We're going to keep it going. Let it rip on Thursday night up against the Niners. We appreciate you, and I hope you got your little bit of news this morning. That's what we'll do for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, we got Deebo Samuel on the show. You're going up against him. He's right after the break. Do not miss it. Let me ask you real quick before you go. What's one thing you really like about Deebo's game? We're going to be nice to each other.
He plays strong. He's hard to bring down. He's dynamic after the catch.
I love this because everyone talks about how versatile and flashy he is. He is a tough runner. So we're going to talk to Deebo Samuel after this. Good luck with your running backs with Saquon out this week. It's a short week for Daniel Jones, who's got to get a win on Thursday Night Football. And our show's behind him. Let's go. Up and Adam show. Love that music and the break on the YouTube. Time for Pick Me Up, where I hit you with some waiver wire claims I think you got to put in for week 3. First up, Matthew Stafford. Hey, looks healthy. He's airing it out. Who cares he doesn't have Cooper Kupp? He's averaging over 300 yards per game. Scoop him. Next, Saquon status in doubt. Listen, you heard Daniel Jones on this very program talking about Matt Breida. He'll probably get the bulk of touches if Saquon can't go against the Niners. Daniel didn't say that, but I sort of read it in his eyes. Just felt it. The vibes were vibing. Another running back, Nick Chubb. Oh, we hate to see Nick Chubb go, but, we got an opportunity there for Jerome Ford. He racked up 131 and a score last night with Chubb's leaving the game, so I think he's the main priority. At receiver, Tutu Atwell. He's gotten 17 targets. Read it and weep, guys. Over the first 2 weeks, he's averaging over 100 yards a game. And finally, Texans receiver Tank Dell, snagging 7 for 72 and a score on 10 targets this weekend, looking like the rookie might be C.J. Stroud's go-to guy. All right, let's hand out some attaboys. Attababy! highlighting some players and coaches who deserve a little extra love for their performance on Sunday. Let's start with two rookie quarterbacks we saw square off. I'm going to give an attaboy to Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud for this first performance they put on during the Colts' 31-20 win. Now, it doesn't go according to plan for anybody, but Richardson was electric early. He takes off for 2 touchdown runs within the game's first 6 minutes for having to leave with a concussion. So wishing him a very speedy recovery and some love, of course. And it became really clear watching him that he's a star in the making, guys. And I think that him and Shane Steichen are sort of a match made in heaven. Even in a loss, guys, Stroud showed his potential to be a franchise quarterback for the Texans. He was Week 2's leading passer, 384 yards, tossing 2 touchdown passes. He couldn't dig Houston out of that big early hole, but he did look the part, right? He looked every bit the part of a number 2 overall pick trying to turn a franchise around. So the future continues to look really nice and bright at the quarterback spot in this National Football League, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure there was a worry, guys, about 5 years ago, like Big Ben and Eli and Rivers and Peyton and Tom. God, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do when Tom leaves? Like there's like a script writing thing, right? Like a meeting, a boardroom, some popcorn. You know, like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And then all of a sudden you're like seeing these guys just take over the Jalen Hurts of the world. Obviously Mahomes, but he's sort of an OG at the point. Like, I was scared about the future of the league at the quarterback spot, but nope, nothing to be afraid about, y'all. It's gonna be okay. Okay, next let's go and give an attaboy to, how about this? And I think I manifested this because I mentioned his name last week. Nelson Aguilar, attababy, the former Eagles first rounder. Man, he just resurfaces in big spots with different teams. All the focus is on Odell, Zay. Those are the only 2 names I was mentioning as pickups for the Baltimore Ravens this offseason, but it was Big Nelly showing up big on Sunday. Odell goes down. Look at him. He's so excited. I love this. He was the Ravens' leading receiver, people. 5 grabs for 6. Listen, who's my favorite coach in the league? Coach Lou. You couldn't bottle up Nelly?
Lou.
Coach Lou catching some heat
Fire.
from me. You couldn't, really? You couldn't, like, not let that happen? The game winner you just saw. Unbelievable. So we love acts. We love a second act, a third act, a fourth act here on Up and Adams. And I love seeing Nelson shining when he's got opportunities. So attababy, attaboy. Finally, we got to give it to Puka. Puka, he doesn't need a last name. He's one name Puka, okay? It's not just the necklace. It's the Rams rookie smashing records left and right. He finished with 147 yards against the Niners. The Niners have the best defense in the National Football League. Are we joking here? His 15 grabs are the most by a rookie in a single game in NFL history, and his 25 catches through 2 games is also, I believe, a rookie record. He leads the entire NFL in catches right now. It's so fun. Puka leads the NFL in catches right now. Mark Sanchez was like glowing about, who's at the game, glowing about the greatness of Puka. And he's second to only Justin Jefferson in yards, too. This is a 5th rounder out of BYU. This is my kind of guy. This is my kind of character here. And he's a star. He's a stud, and it's happening before our eyes, and it's very hard for me to not get very excited. Even in a loss to the Niners, if this Rams team keeps doing this, and if Puka keeps doing his thing, and if Cooper Kupp is somehow able to make it back from the hammy, God, is Stafford MVP? Like, I picked the wrong LA quarterback? What the hell's going on? Stafford's going to have himself one heck of a duo to work with. All right, let's look at some YouTube comments. So I'm going to tell you guys what's going on. We're supposed to have Deebo. We're waiting for Deebo, guys. We're going to tweet Deebo. I want you guys to tweet him. I don't know where is Deebo at the dentist office a la Deshaun Jackson? Do they have the same dentist? We don't have Deebo. We've got plenty of time to get Deebo, so we're hoping to grab him and get him. My producer's saying, "Oh, we're getting him. Oh, we're getting him." But let's see. Puka's necklace isn't a style; it's a culture. You know, Puka shell necklace.
We're in LA. Do you think it comes back?
I think it's been back. I think people are.
It's been back.
It's been back?
Not okay.
Come on, Eric.
Has it?
I'm not for it. It just takes me to a place of like being 12 and 13 and not having enough money to go into an Abercrombie or a Hollister, but everyone having those cool, like, I don't know if you guys remember Claire's or Afterthoughts or like wherever, like,
Claire's.
What were the other like cool, like PacSun you could go into or like whatever, and you'd go and like everyone would have all this like cool, and I was like, I can't afford the $40 Abercrombie pants or the puka shell necklaces. And I would just relentlessly just make fun of like those 15-year-old boys that were wearing them when they were trying to like hit on me. Like the
in Chicago they were wearing them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Puka shell necklaces were countrywide.
Yeah,
I only saw them in the summer on
Cali
the shore.
culture. It was just the whole thing. So it's puka culture. It is now time. It's
culture.
nothing to do with Those tragic hemp necklaces.
The hemp necklace.
Okay, Chargers overrated, you think? They're not overrated talent-wise at all. They're not, I mean, maybe defensively, I thought they'd be a little better out the gates. I think there needs to be some discipline, and the timeouts I couldn't make sense of, so that was sort of where I am with the Chargers. Yes, but it is very disappointing. Is Paxson still around? I don't know. Does Kay remember the merry-go-round clothing store? I don't. Kay, there's been some ugly games this year. You know what's bad is when I read the comments without reading them first. I just let them rip. And then I'm like, I don't know what these people are asking me. Love Paxson. Broncos need, yeah, I know we can go to break. Do we have Deebo yet? You think? You sure? All right, we're going to take a break, guys. And then, how does Sam Howell not get an attaboy, Kay? It's a great question. Hey, Sam Howell. Because we didn't give him howls. We don't give him attaboys. Who else did I miss? Let me know at Up and Adam Show. And we'll take a break here because I think we might have somebody here saying McVay's a great offensive coach. Well, Deebo just faced them and did their thing. And now they got the Giants on a short week. Oh, he doesn't have an off day, I bet. He's got Thursday Night Football. Oh, wow, Deebo, what a stud. We had Daniel Jones on the show right after this. Deebo Samuel is on the program. Let's go.
You ain't on the team, but do you like Deebo? Man, I'm big, I'm bad.
Deebo Samuel, it's a foot race. My goodness.
I won't quit, keep on grinding.
And he makes the catch.
Man, I'm big.
Affordable, I feel like. The buckle was a little more affordable.
The buckle, it's just like next to Sam Goody and all that kind of stuff. It's just
The
one of those
buckle was-
staples in the mall.
It was in the mall. It was in the mall. Afterthoughts and Claire's were, I don't know if there's many guys that, Claire's was lip
Claire's.
smackers.
Every mob in the Midwest fashion.
Yeah, you
bug.
can do that. All right, guys, we're going to have Deebo on in a minute.
Big Dubs on the road, baby. Whoever had them Tim and Bay predictions, throw them in the garbage, man. Hey, let's go. We got the dub in AZ. We back. We here. Let's keep it going.
There's one guy in here. He's got 100 wins.
It's really special just knowing that you guys all helped me get to where I am today. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Highest of highs, lowest of lows, man. We stay right here. That's the way to play football, baby.
We don't ask for it to be pretty. We ask for wins.
Hey, we know it wasn't the prettiest, but hey, 2-0 on the road, man, that is amazing.
Dog mentality. What happened in the past doesn't matter. We got to learn from it.
Proud of everybody in this locker room. Way we stuck together wasn't always pretty. We found a way to win. That's what it's about.
No, hold on. Never down for the count.
Okay.
Yeah, when you see the Atlanta Falcons out there, we'll never be down for the count.
We 2-0. Niners win, baby. Let's go.
I like the guy at the end. That was cool. I liked seeing all that. No, I like the guy at the end. That's who we want to talk to. And he's here to talk about that Niners dub. As he somehow just like destroys the Rams all of the time. We cannot wait to get into it with Deebo Samuel, who's got a short week, Mr. Playing on Thursday Night Football.
I know. It's a quick turnaround. We just got to get ready and get rolling.
How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. How you feeling?
I'm good. Do you like short weeks? Do you like Thursday night games?
It depends on how the game was, honestly, but kind of playing on that turf, it kind of hurt your body a little bit. So, wish you was playing on Sunday, but who controls the schedule? We're just going to go out here and, play Niner football.
We're going to try to do it. Now, let's talk a little bit about this last game and how it went. Like, you have a very, very impressive, kind of sad if you're a Rams fan, record of just, like, taking care of business and slicing and dicing the Rams. 101 scrimmage yards and a touchdown. I'm just going to play the tape. Walk me through this touchdown, please. Do the play-by-play. Come on, Deebo. Give it to me.
All right, here we got, I didn't realize this until the other day that George blocked 3 people in one play. So, kind of fed off that, and then as you can see, Jawan kind of took the guy that he was blocking out of bounds. I don't know how this is considered a run, but I'll take it. But yeah, I'll take the rushing touchdown. Get it however it comes.
And now, how does your body feel after this game?
I feel pretty good. Just got to take care of the body, man. This stuff to get ready because, like you said, it's just a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Now, my favorite play of the game. That was a great play. Amazing. This is it, though. Why are you so mad? This is my question. What's going on here?
I always got that kind of mentality of like not letting one guy tackle me. So it's kind of like my mindset. I don't think I'm just angry. It's just the way I play. But I was more so mad at the end of the play because I thought I fumbled the ball. But whatever, we got it. We got the ball back. So
yeah, but that's let me tell you, that's a Kilo Witherspoon. No, isn't that like a former teammate of yours?
Yeah, it is.
What? Why?
Ain't no friends on the field. Ain't no friends on the field if you ain't got no red or white jersey on.
So even if you played with them, like, are you the kind of guy who, when you see them off the field, like if you saw them at the grocery store, you'd be like, hey, Witherspoon, what's up?
Oh yeah, we'll be cool, but when we in between them lines, ain't no friends out there.
Oh, I'm asking my producers, do we have the Daniel Jones bite about Deebo? Do we have that ready to go? Can we, because we just had Daniel Jones on. You're, of course, facing him on Thursday Night Football. Here's what he had to say about you. Let me ask you real quick before you go. What's one thing you really like about Deebo's game? We're going to be nice to each other.
He plays strong. He's hard to bring down. He's dynamic after the catch.
Why don't you get enough love you get all the love for being versatile and you're like the most exciting player, all of that. Why don't you get enough love for being a tough runner?
I have no idea. I think that kind of play a role into, when he said he's kind of hard to bring down. I think that's in the same category as like, tough to bring down and just a hard runner.
Yeah, and you are. Now, let's talk about your quarterback. He had a good game, 202 passing yards, rushing touchdown. He was very hard on himself after a few missed deep balls, including one to you. Let's take a listen to Brock Purdy here.
What you can point to for why you missed those?
I just overthrew him. On the one to BA, the one Deebo, and then JJ on that third down. It's just those are on me. I got to be better. I got to hit them in stride and not overthrow them. Simple as that. That's what you got to do as an NFL quarterback, and I take that on myself.
When he does that, what does that do to you?
That's why, we love Brock in this building because he don't make excuses. He take full responsibility for his mistakes, even though, we was talking about it on the sideline and, we'll want to have those, but there's nothing we can do about it. So I think that's why we love Brock in this in his offense as a leader of this team. That's why he kind of got the captain on his shirt, because it's little things like that you know what I'm saying, that people or try to blame somebody else or try to blame something else on it. But he took full responsibility, and like that's what practice for. Like we practice that all the time. Everything is not going to be perfect, but at the end of the day, we got to win, and we'll be able to move on.
And we love to see it. I mean, I told you this last week. Y'all look like you are ready to be in a Super Bowl the way you're playing right now on defense and offense. But this Rams game, just to wrap it up here, it's kind of interesting with you and the Rams. You have to love to face them. You've beaten them, I think, in something like 9 straight regular season games. They won the playoff game back in 2021. Is this your favorite team to beat?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite team to beat. I feel like to me, I feel like we play them like 4 or 5 times a year. That's just how many times we play them. It's just crazy that, you say we beat them 9 times in the regular season. I feel like that's a lot. Like they real familiar with us. We're real familiar with them. That's why it don't matter what their records say, no matter what our records say, it's always going to be a hard-fought game between the two.
Did somebody call you the owner of the team? Wikipedia, I think. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that one.
Oh, I think they did. Isn't that true? Wikipedia said that you have some stock, some shares, some ownership of the Rams. You can.
Nah.
Okay. If you're gonna say that, who's your favorite team to beat if it's not the Rams? Come on now.
Oh, jeez. We kind of got this little back and forth thing with Seattle, so it'd be good to beat Seattle because it's kind of like the Rams. They know us, we know them, and we get their best, they get our best. And between the two teams, it's always good hard-fought games, and it always comes down to the end.
Oh, that's such shade at the Rams because it's so one-sided. It's like the Packers-Bears rivalry. It's not a thing. But you and the Seahawks, you have that back and forth. I get it. We're going to talk about the game you have on Thursday night. We're coming off Monday Night Football. I know that you watch all the games, so I wanted to ask you just about this catch, just about the aesthetic of what went down. The Saints, of course, the Panthers. Chris Olave, give some love to this catch. It's a nice throw by Derek, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's a grab right there. In stride. Hey, hold on to that rock now. He probably wasn't even down. He could have got up and scored, but that was a grab right there. People don't know how hard that ball is to catch that ball over the shoulder, especially with somebody draped all over you.
How hard is it?
It's tough. It's tough. People think it's easy, and that's just something that we do all the time, but that's something you actually got to work on a lot.
And in the other game, I love that we're giving love to Olave. He looked great out there. Derek Carr, a nice ball with the juggling the whole bit. Then there was the Steelers game. Nobody's showing the injury. It's awful. Nobody ever wants to see it. When you were seeing that happen, done for the season, such a great player, what were you thinking?
I mean, it's tough. It kind of made me cringe a little bit, knowing what Chubb have dealt with in the past. With the knee injury. I kind of met him when I was coming out because he was signed to the same marketing agent that I was signed with, and just to hear what he's dealt with, and nobody wanted to see that happen. It's just all prayers to him, and we wish him well, and hopefully he have a good recovery and get back out there on the field one of these days.
It's really well said. Okay, so a lot of crazy things happened in week 2, so we're going to get the Deebo download from you. I'm going to show you a couple clips and get your takes. Can we talk about this fan separating you and Darian Kendrick? I know you talked about it post-game, but what are your thoughts here? What?
What's so crazy? I didn't even see this until after the game, and I thought that was hilarious right there. One, how is he so close? Where's his seat? It was just so funny how protective, our fans is over our players and just trying to prevent me from getting a penalty.
Did you get the answer to where did this guy? You didn't. No, we don't know who this guy is.
I still don't know where his seat was.
You don't care though. I would be I need to know his name. How did he get down here? I'm worried. No, nothing. That's crazy. That's wild. I thought that was wild. Okay, Coach Bell.
He was mighty close.
He was mighty close. Have you ever broken up a fight between two players?
Practice.
Between who? I love your laugh, Deebo. I'm crying. Okay, look at this one. Bill Belichick. He's known for a lot of things. He's a great coach, of course, a legend. His challenges are kind of my favorite. This is so sassy. What do you think?
It seemed like he got people in the headset throw the challenge flag. Then he got some people don't do it. And then he was all right, fine, I'm just gonna do it.
And what if Kyle Shanahan did this?
Nah, Kyle. I think Kyle's just, he's just gonna throw it out there. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he's gonna do that.
He gonna hit his little swag walk, and then he gonna toss the flag out there.
Now, I know you and Mike McDaniel, speaking of swag, you guys have a special relationship. I'm sure you saw this. He finished the halftime interview. He bolts as soon as he sees the cameras following. I was impressed with his wheels, okay? Who's winning the race between you and him? Look at him go.
That is Mike all day, 100%. That's just him day in, day out. That's not just him doing that because the camera's on, but that's Mike all the time right there.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised that he's having so much success right now with the Dolphins?
Not at all. Not at all. Just the things that he was able to do here and his offensive minded and the offensive mind that he has and how smart he is when it comes to the game is just amazing just to see how well he's doing right now. I
love that, and I have a lot of respect for him. He says a lot of really nice things about you, too. Now, you've got the Giants in 2 days on Thursday Night Football. You're on your home field. We love that. The G-Men, they're without Saquon Barkley. I looked it up this morning. You've never played the Giants.
Nah, never.
How you feeling? What are you thinking about?
Thinking about, Thursday night, what it's going to take to continue to stack these wins. Looking back on them, they was just down 20 and came back and won. So it shows a lot of their character and like the players that they have on the team for is like no matter how high, no matter how low the game is, it's always a chance to win. And they was able to fight back and just show the character of their players.
Who's going to eat? Because we've had a big Ayuk game. We just had a big U game. CMC always shows up, of course. Who's popping off on Thursday Night Football?
So you never know in this offense. We have so many weapons, and whoever's hot is going to keep getting fed.
I think it's Kittle. Kittle sort of has a thing on Thursday Night Football. 4 touchdowns in 5 games on Thursday Night Football.
It's crazy. I know all these stats, but I don't know nothing about that.
It's what I do. Okay, Daniel Jones said something nice about you. We'll leave it with this, with good vibes, of course, for everybody. What do you like about Daniel Jones and what makes him so great on the field?
We can start off with off the field because the Giants came down to Exos this summer. And they was throwing, and you could just tell the leadership and how vocal and stuff he is when it comes to, they was just lifting at the time, but the way he get the guys together and stuff like that. But what you see on the field is kind of what I've seen in a weight room when some of the guys, the skilled guys and stuff was working out down there for us like a leader. He's very passionate about the game, and he got a big arm. He's strong. He's decisive, and he's gonna make the right decisions.
Can't wait to see it. Thursday Night Football between the Giants and the Super Bowl-bound San Francisco 49ers. We appreciate you, Deebo. Enjoy it. Take care of yourself. And you be the one that pops off, okay? Tough runner, Deebo
We'll try.